Dino Time is the worst dinosaur movie of all time, and that is quite an accomplishment. After all, we do live in a world with not one, not two,
Not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11, not 12.
but 13 sequels to The Land Before Time. This movie represents everything wrong with dinosaur movies today. Well, everything wrong with animated dinosaur movies today. This is a stupid bland cartoon about stupid little kids encountering stupid looking dinosaurs and seemingly never being in any real danger. Movies like these are the reason so many people nowadays think that dinosaurs are just for little children, which is a damn shame. Dinosaurs are fascinating extinct animals whose size and appearance has captivated people for almost 200 years. Just because you are no longer a kid does not suddenly make them any less fascinating. Dino Time is also the most uncreative title imaginable. In 2015, they re-released the movie under the title Back to the Jurassic. Can you guess why? To cash in on another dinosaur movie with the word Jurassic in its title that was released the very same year. Jurassic City. The movie was produced by some South Korean animation studio that will probably never get to make another feature film again, because this one sucks! If they wanted this to be more successful, it probably should have been a co-production between South Korean and American studios, like The Nut Job. This critical success knew exactly Anyway, time to start with the movie itself. You may have noticed the drop in resolution and the website address in the corner, almost as if I just ripped the full movie from the internet. Because that's exactly what I did. What? Do you think I pay money for this crap? I am a student. I need my money for more important things. Dino Time's plot solely consists of scenes where our protagonist is an asshole. His name is Ernie, but he seems to be under the assumption that his name is Deadpool, because he is constantly looking and talking directly to the camera. Deadpool is an asshole too, but at least he is funny and his face looks good.
You look like the inside of other people's assholes.
The animation in this movie is so mediocre that close-ups of the human faces tend to look very uncanny. And in some reaction shots, they freeze completely. Did you know that 3 people died during production of this? Apparently, this movie took 6 years to make. I guess they needed another 6. Because if you want to have real quality, you've got to work on it for 12 years.
But did you know that it took 12 years to make? Nothing has ever taken 12 years to make.
It took 12 years to make. Did you know that it took 12 years to make?
It took a really long time to make. It took longer than it took them to make the Great Wall of China!
This is Terradino. And this is Mystery Rock. See that carving? It's been dated all the way back to the Cretaceous period. Which is weird, because who could have carved it? No humans were around 145 million years ago. Just dinosaurs.
Oh gee, I am sure this will in no way be relevant in a fucking time travel movie. Instead of helping in his mom's souvenir shop, Ernie and his token non-white friend Max go to the fanciest natural history museum I have ever seen in my life.
This is Gallimimus. He could run up to 20 miles per hour.
25 miles per hour, dude. Read a book much?
Isn't that the most likable character you have ever seen?
Keep lookout.
This looks complicated. We'll need a variable algorithm to sort combination possibilities.
The writers of this movie have obviously never been to a real museum if they think they would have such little security for priceless artifacts. Wait a second. Are those bent bony rods on its head and tail supposed to be feathers? Don't you know that feathers are soft tissue? They are not made of bones, you idiot animators!
Infrared motion detector.
Why the hell does this place have infrared motion detectors? This is just a room with fossils that is supposed to be locked for unauthorized personnel anyway. No need to go all Mission Impossible on this shit. Still better than the baryonyx from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Sarcosuchus.
Wait, Sarcosuchus? That ain't no Sarcosuchus. Sarcosuchus is a crocodile. This looks like a fucking dragon. Just look at those fucking saber teeth. Ernie's little sister Julia triggers the motion detectors and an unnecessary chase scene ensues.
Service exit on the left.
Why is there a secret button inside the fossil eggs? And why is there a lever to swing around the pterosaur? Those are priceless artifacts. Don't use them as weapons, you fuck! And he destroyed the skeleton. His mom probably needs to pay thousands of dollars because of that, but that's okay. She just grounds him.
Can't you make your own life interesting instead of always butting in on mine?
But Ernie still feels unfairly treated. The selfish prick.
I can't. I won't. But I must.
This kid has serious mental problems.
No, Ernie's mom doesn't let him have soda.
Ernie's mom isn't here. How's the time machine coming along?
What?
4 years and still doesn't work.
Time machine? This guy spends his free time building a fucking time machine in his garage? Where does he get the funding for this? Why is he not supervised by the government? Or at least other scientists?
Can't you make your own life interesting instead of always butting in on mine?
I guess she really has nothing else to do than bust her brother.
You tattling twerp! This stuff that my dad doesn't know what might give me that phone!
The entire plot hinges on the fact that someone spilled soda. Fuck this movie.
Are you okay?
Is it still there?
Yeah, but she doesn't look like she wants to hurt us. She almost looks like she's smiling.
What makes you think it's a she? Is it because it's pink or is it the eyeliner?
That's a real T-Rex! Man, I gotta check this out!
Yeah, because my first reaction to seeing a fucking real-life dinosaur is skating around it.
I think the museum did a really great job with this new display. Very lifelike.
Why would you think this is a museum display? You should have already figured out you traveled back in time. Look at the jungle around you, you moron!
It makes sense. The time machine kinda looks like an egg when it's all folded up.
Is there any reason the scientist made this time machine egg-shaped outside of this stupid plot point? Also, how does the T-Rex not notice this egg is way too large to have possibly come from her cloaca?
No, she was calling everyone to look at her cute widow baby.
Why would the predator call other animals to look at her babies? And why would the animals be stupid enough to actually come?
All of you are my family. I'll protect you from the Sarko brothers and...
If you protect the herbivores against predators, what will you actually eat? And here are our evil comical henchmen for the movie. How do I know this? It's because they literally say so themselves.
We're back! Your prodigal henchmen have returned!
They seem to be designed after Caudipteryx, a bird-like dinosaur from Cretaceous China. So, do the kids live in China? But then Tyrannosaurs and Triceratops are from North America. And Sarcosuchus is from Africa. Where the fuck is their town located? And don't try to explain this with the supercontinent Pangaea. In the Cretaceous, Pangaea was already separated into the modern continents. Oh great, nothing says high quality like a fart joke. Oh yeah, and burping too.
Initialization sequence won't even run because the power key is gone.
It fell off when we were going back in time. It could be anyone.
Oh my god, just when I thought I could not hate this kid anymore. He actually makes his friends think they are trapped forever in prehistory just for shits and giggles. Fuck this kid.
Look around, Jules. This is Terra Dino at the peak of the Cretaceous period.
So they did travel to the Cretaceous, not to the Jurassic. This fucking title was lying to me. And this website was lying to me too. This movie is not cool, it's horrible. Oh my god.
What kind of dinosaur is that?
It's a crime against nature, that's what it is. I have no idea what the animators thought with this design. All I can say is that it looks hideous. This guy got adopted by the T-Rex, presumably because his true parents, Donald Duck and Gizmo the Mogwai, were too ashamed of the sins they committed and hoped for him to die alone. It also doesn't help that he's voiced by Rob Schneider doing his best impression of Jar Jar Binks on crack. You know, over the last 2 decades, hundreds of feathered dinosaur fossils have been discovered, but many people still cling to the scaly monsters they know from Jurassic Park. And if a movie shows feathered dinosaurs as something this stupid looking, can you blame them? And what does the T-Rex call him?
Orphan.
That's really on the nose, isn't it?
Excuse me, Orphan Tulip?
Oh, Tulip is just fine. Orphan hurts my heart.
That's not the kids or the time machine.
So, what is it?
It's a dinosaur egg.
Oh, so the time machine works by swapping the position of 2 objects that may differ in size but must be the same shape. This is just like the game Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective. I can't wait till we find out this was all planned by a time-traveling dog. Meanwhile, at the hideout of Scar the Lion,
Will you shut up? Sorry. Mr. Sarko? Mr. Other Sarko? We're back. Your prodigal henchmen have returned. Mr. Sarko! Mr. Other Sarko!
according to the credits, only the red one is named Sarko. The green one is actually named Surly. So why does everyone just refer to them as the Sarko brothers? This is the same problem we have with the Mario brothers. And holy fuck, look at those designs. And I thought the feathered dinosaurs looked bad. Whoever designed these things has never seen a crocodile in his life. If you thought the saber teeth are exaggerated, look at those beefcake arms and the spikes. What is this? Dragon Ball Z? Does this one have dreadlocks? Crocodiles don't have hair. What the hell is that? Look at how it is constantly waving. Is that thing alive? Does he have a sea anemone on his head? Or a giant spider? It's like watching a car accident. You don't want to look at it, but you just have to.
The pickings are getting slim down here. Soon, nothing in the lower valley will survive.
When we get rid of Tyra, the upper valley is ours for the taking.
Why can't the Sarko brothers just leave this cave? How can a single T-Rex defend against 2 Super Saiyan crocodiles? She really shouldn't stand a chance. Meanwhile, the kids are trying to get away from that annoying feathered dinosaur, which I can totally understand. If he causes them to drown, that would totally redeem his character.
Grab some logs! What do we do now? Enjoy the ride!
Mere seconds ago you were scared of drowning. Do you have bipolar disorder? You know, if the power key fell into the water, it would really be lost forever. So instead, it flies into the air onto land, so we know it can be found later. Isn't that convenient? You know what's even more convenient? The bad guys find it. And we know they're going to encounter the kids, so Ernie won't even have to search for the power key. What are the odds?
Oh, watch out, you didn't make me. Man, you're disgusting. Oh boy, that was bad.
Another fart joke. Fuck this movie. It seems that farts and burps always come in pairs in these movies. I really hope we don't see him shit out the power key later. Oh wait, for some reason we now have a look at how amazing dinosaurs are tracking shot.
This is really amazing.
You have been looking at dinosaurs for 24 hours. Your amazement comes a little late, doesn't it?
Okay, this was worth it. We can go back.
What, to the nest?
No, to...
Before Ernie can explain how he fucked them all over, the T-Rex mom interrupts him. Unfortunately, this is not what happens next. And now we see a montage of all the things that the T-Rex teaches to her offspring, like scaring animals without killing them, plucking coconuts because clearly that's what the T-Rex actually eats, riding on sauropod tails, and making a campfire? What? It's no wonder Ernie has had enough of this shit and tries to escape from this movie.
Please, just give me half an hour to find that power key. I've got to find that power key, and I can't take no for an answer.
Well, that's an ending I can get behind. You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this isn't your average bland kids movie. This movie is bold enough to kill off its main character, a child no less, to make a point. The world is a dangerous place, and if you lose your only escape to safety, there will be consequences. Or maybe I'm just fucking with ya.
Ernie, what happened here?
She grounded me.
A Tyrannosaurus weighs like 6 tons. Ernie should be a bloody pancake. The T-Rex and the kids leave, and meanwhile, the 3 bad guys steal the time machine. If they travel to the present and end up in a slaughterhouse, I might give this movie another chance. Oh look, now the power key lies at the exact same place where Ernie picked it up before. What are the odds?
The power key! I didn't think I'd ever get this back.
Huh?
I mean...
Wait, you didn't think you'd get it back? What does that mean?
And finally Ernie gets the scolding he deserves.
And I put it in my pocket. You what? You guys were in such a hurry to get back and I wasn't ready. I didn't...
His sister is so shocked by his idiocy that she froze for a second there.
The time machine! Hey, I didn't take that.
Oh, shut up, you asshole! This is still your fault!
Jules, what does Mom tell us to do if we leave the house and she's not there?
Leave a note?
Right. So, what if we carve a note for Max's dad showing him what he has to do?
Let's talk about Ernie's plan. He wants to send Max's dad in the present a message that explains how Soda activates the time machine so he can travel to the Cretaceous and rescue them. However, Ernie knows there was only this one time machine that Max's dad spent years building and which is now with them in the past. Does he think Max's dad can just immediately build a new time machine from scratch? Of fucking course he can! Are you kidding me? The years of work dedicated to the first time machine and now they are going to build a new one within a single day? How the fuck is that possible?
Yes, but it took 4 years of trial and error.
That's because you never had the PTA Mother of the Year managing your time.
Yeah, because adding one woman instantly changes that from 4 years to a single night. That and the power of montage. And what's with this music? Sounds like porn from the 70s. And that face is from a horror movie. Wait, why is their car the time machine? Why would you want a time travel car? Oh, so that's why they renamed it Back to the Jurassic. You see, that title also references a famous comedy from the 1980s, Back to the Beach.
Can we try it? I mean, maybe I should slow down on these things.
Okay, I know how this is going. Where's the corresponding fart? One cannot exist without the other. It's like yin and yang. There needs to be another fart. I can't make peace with this movie before there isn't another fart. No? Okay, moving on. Holy shit, look at that design! I know a lot of people have problems with feathered tyrannosaurs, but this is just so ugly! Who thought this would be a good idea? The snout is way too short and the eyes are way too big. This looks like E.T. in an Albert Einstein wig. Meanwhile, Ernie has reached the rock formation you may remember from the beginning of the movie. As someone with an actual bachelor's degree in geological science, let me tell you that the whole sandstone formation should not look identical in the Cretaceous and in the present. Such rock formations form because these rocks were harder than the material around it, which is why they were less affected by millions of years of erosion. If you travel back to the Cretaceous, the rock formation would be much broader in shape and would not stick out as much from the surrounding landscape. You wouldn't recognize them. How did the T-Rex not notice this? She was right there! Or at least I thought so.
I may have lost the key, and then the time machine, but I am not losing my sister too!
Wow, he actually has to tell that to the audience, because otherwise we couldn't be sure if this little piece of shit would care enough about his sister.
Run! And try not to step on anything!
Give me back my baby!
I don't know what was worse, that jump or that line delivery.
No! It's a trap!
It's a trap!
I'm sorry, I had to. It's basically an internet commandment.
Sorry, Julia. Pretty lousy rescue.
Where's Ernie?
I don't know.
Oh man, I've got to do something!
What could you do to help her in this battle? This actually distracted them from the T-Rex right in front of them? Do the Sarko brothers have short-term memory loss? But don't worry, Ernie has short-term memory loss too, because he keeps roaring even after they left this area of the cave. I can't believe I am rooting for the unfunny feathered idiots in this situation, but I am.
Finally, a meal we don't have to share with the Sarkos. I'm gonna enjoy this.
I'm gonna enjoy this even more. What? Are you literally falling for the trick you just saw him perform? A goldfish has better memory than you.
Dodger! Ernie!
At least we landed in something warm and squishy.
Finally! The last part of the movie. I can now die in peace.
The whole place is coming down! The time machine! But Dino Mom!
She is not your real mother, Ernie. You belonged into the present, to your actual human mother.
Wait! We can't just leave her!
You can't do anything in this fight. You are just little kids.
Ernie, what is it?
Guys, I know how much getting home means to you,
Oh, do you really know that, you fucking asshole?
but we can't run away from this.
Yes, you can. You are defenseless little children.
You know me, Ernie. I'm always right behind you.
No, you're not, you little bitch. So the kids give up their only chance to return home to stay with a dinosaur they knew for 3 days. Now, How are they going to actually help against two super swole crocodiles? By distracting them again! I take back my comparison to Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z has more realistic fight scenes than this.
Awful slow motion.
How the hell does the tiny skateboard in its mouth propel the entire crocodile? Oh look, falling into lava isn't deadly at all. Never mind. Meanwhile, the parents have baited and caught the baby T-Rex with a bunch of fast food.
I always made him leave a note.
Sue?
Wait up!
Are you kidding me? This random biker made her spill soda and that is how she figured it out? She didn't even take a closer look at the note itself. Oh gee, I am sure this will in no way be relevant in a fucking time travel movie. I can't believe I was actually right. With or without the note, she would have figured out the solution to time travel is spilling soda thanks to that random biker. The writers of this movie can't even use the Chekhov's gun properly. Of course, the car appears at exactly the right moment in exactly the right place. Why am I even complaining at this point? As long as this makes the movie end faster.
Awful slow motion.
With the wrong family.
Well, now you're all dead.
This dialogue is Oscar worthy. You know what I hate about these dinosaur movies for little kids? These creatures have massive jaws with huge teeth, yet they barely use them because that would lead to actual bleeding wounds and we can't show blood in our kids' movie. And even when they use their jaws, the teeth don't puncture the neck. Do you even know the point of saber teeth?
Let me know if the tar's too hot, Circle.
I prefer the Lion King version.
Scar! Brother, help me!
Long live the king.
You see it too, Mom? Wow, she's a bigger version of them.
Oh, now they realize these kids do not look like Tyrannosaurs at all. Only took them 3 days. Also, they give the T-Rex mom her own baby back and then the cave collapses. Oh wait, did I say cave? I meant the entire fucking valley collapses. Look at this. How the fuck is that possible? So anyway, they finally travel back to the present in their car.
So, how'd you figure out that you had to spill soda on the controls?
Wait, are you dumb? You know about the note you left on the rock, and you know that it has already been there since the beginning of the movie.
I saw the carvings on the rock.
Bullshit! A biker passed you and made you spill soda, and that is how you figured it out. That would have happened with or without the rock carving.
Except I never got the chance, Mom. I went chasing after Jules, so how'd he get there?
You told him to carve the message into the rock. Are you surprised he actually accomplished something for once in this movie? Anyway, this movie ends before we see them enter the modern day, so I can only hope they are all damned to cruise the stream of time for eternity. And that was Dino Time. The animation is terrible, the character designs are terrible, the protagonist is terrible, the plot conveniences are terrible, the humor is terrible, this whole fucking thing is terrible! So if you ever want to show your kids a dinosaur movie and they are too young for Jurassic Park, just pick The Land Before Time and avoid this travesty at all costs. Thank you for sticking with me through this entire video. Goodbye und auf Wiedersehen.